right. You also like the Invesco Aerospace and Defense ETF. Robert, how much of that is really maybe a Trump trade if he were to return, given his how typically he, of course, has seen reason for more defense spending?
We don't look at it politically as a Trump trade very specifically. We look at like what happened this last weekend, right? The tensions that are happening geopolitically. Now we have, the tensions with Iran in the Middle East. You also have Ukraine. We've had this trade, if you will, this interclient portfolios for quite some time. And the reason why is everyone needs a little defense in their portfolios, right? And this is an industrial way of handling sort of the top 10 industrial and aerospace companies, and by way of this ETF. So we've owned this for a while. It's underperformed last year, but now year to date, it's really, taking off for all the obvious reasons. Keep in mind, we also like to position where the money's going to be. So we believe that Congress is going to pass another defense spending act. Money's going to fall by way of anywhere from the B-2 bomber to the F-35, or even what we saw most recently, the Tamir missiles and radar defense technology by Raytheon. So you got to follow the money. And it's not just the United States defense spending in addition to our defense budget annually. It's also NATO countries as well that are going to have to improve sort of this sector. And so we want to position ourselves where the money's going to be. And on a multi-year, multi-decade basis, defense is the place to be.
So why the ETF and why not specific names, Robert?
We do own individual names, and if we want additional exposure, again, like Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, and there's also additional names in there that are very attractive. But for the average investor, if you will, for the investor that doesn't have, most investors don't even have exposure to industrials as they should. And most just think industrials as Boeing. And so, beyond Boeing, that's inside this ETF, and that's down 35% year to date, just that one Boeing holding. The ETF itself is a diversified approach to not just put all your chips on one particular defense name or aerospace name.